Congressman Doug Lamborn, a Republican from Colorado. He joins us now on the phone. Congressman, thanks so much for joining us. Now it has to go into another committee, and then it heads to the floor. What do you think are the odds of this thing getting through at this point?
I feel very good about it passing the House. There's a shot at even getting some Democrat support that would get us up to 2/3, which is veto-proof. But, of course, the bigger challenge is getting it through the Senate.
And what do you think, honestly, what do you think its odds are there?
Well, a majority of senators are on record as supporting the Keystone Pipeline. Harry Reid will have a big say in that, whether he or not he allows it to come to a vote.
And then from there, what do you think would happen? I mean, if it did get that far, what do you think would happen with the president? Because there are many wrinkles to this, of course. This particular bill means that we don't need a permit from the president specifically in order to get through. So that has led a lot of people to say that he would then veto this bill because he doesn't want to sign something that would allow for the pipeline to go through without his permit. The flip side of that, though, is that it would give him cover. He could essentially let the pipeline go through without specifically writing a permit. Maybe that gives him cover for environmentalists. What's your take?
Well, he'd have to sign the bill into law, so I think he's going to come under fire either way for having allowed it to take place. He just needs to step forward, show some leadership. Everyone wants this. The newest poll shows about 70+% of the American people want it. The governor's involved, want it. The House is on record. The Senate's on record. The State Department even has said that there would be minimal environmental impact. So there is really no reason. There's only one person now standing between it and completion.
Although the EPA did just come out earlier this week with some very serious comments against it, how big of an impact do you think that has on the president?
I think that that's politically motivated. There have been 4 environmental studies done to date. This is the most studied pipeline in history.
Right. Of course it's politically motivated, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't have an impact on him. Do you think that he's swayed by that?
I think he knows it's the right thing to do, but if he feels like he needs it for his environmental base as opposed to what's good for the economy, then he'll make that arbitrary decision, and he'll have ammunition to back him up whichever way he goes. But he needs to look at the economy. We have a mediocre economy. This is 20,000 to 40,000 immediate jobs. There's no reason not to do it.
Yeah, and in the meantime, if we don't build this pipeline, this is oil that will go to market one way or the other. It's just a question of our market. If we don't do this pipeline, do you see this oil just going to Asia?
It'll go either to China. Some will still come to the U.S., but it'll come by train or by truck. And that's not environmentally very wise either, when you could have it in a pipeline, which is the most technologically advanced pipeline in history.
And cheaper. So it would mean that at the end of the day, it would just cost consumers more, all of us at the pump. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you.